Alright, just like that, we are going to get started with the King of the Ring tournament, and we're going to start with the low-seeded Bob Barker, seeded 24, against the 9-seeded Chuck Norris. And so now you have Bob Barker and Chuck Norris, two big icons in the world of Hollywood. You have probably one of the best game show hosts against one of the greatest action stars of our time. And a nice back elbow onto Norris. And of course I'm starting to notice that Bob is starting to have his... He's at that point where now his hair is starting to go gray a little bit, but he still has a lot to give. I mean, he's done a lot in this in the ring for quite a number of years, as has Norris. Although Norris, it didn't really start for him until the 1980s began, but he was becoming a big name in the 70s, and already just taking the head of Bob Barker and just ramming it repeatedly into the turnbuckle, and down goes Barker. And of course Barker, whoa, what a move that was. Nice backflip from off the ropes. Oh, went for a drop kick, but he missed. Nice takedown onto Norris. Now let's see what Bob is going to do here. Well, he did the right thing by not just simply rushing in, and now both men are on the floor. Now, of course, winners do advance, so it's important for both these guys, if not one of them, to get back in the ring by the count of 10. And a reverse DDT on the floor, and I believe that's concrete if I'm not mistaken, as Bob also falls down to the floor. I mean, both these guys are just beating the hell out of each other. And rammed into the steps was Barker. And I believe we're up to 6. 7. And Norris gets back in the ring, only to exit and break up the count. Now we're back up to 1 again. Well, of course, Norris is doing the smart thing by by going back to get Bob Barker, though he could have just simply left him, and down goes Barker onto the side of the apron, or the ring side, I should say, and a nice takedown on the floor to Chuck Norris. And now just choking out Norris. And thrown in the ring is Norris, and now both men are back in. And now, wait a minute, going for a figure 4 lock onto Chuck Norris. And is Norris going to get out of this one? And he does. No, he doesn't. I thought he did, but he didn't. But Bob Barker forced him to tap out and submit, and the winner is Bob Barker. And there you saw him tapping out. And once he puts you in that figure 4 lock, it's very difficult to get out of it. But nonetheless, though, congratulations to Bob Barker. And what can I say except that Bob is moving on to the next round, but we still have more first round matches yet to come for the King of the Ring tournament, and we'll be back after this break. Okay, we're back with another one of our first round matchups for the King of the Ring tournament, and we already have Bob Barker, who is the lowest seed, to advance to the next round, and the second round will have all the remaining seeds. Basically, the highest seed will meet the lowest remaining seed, and so on and so forth. But on we go with our next match. We have, in the light blue, the Honky Tonk Man, and the man in face paint is Axe of Demolition. So you have one half of one of the best tag teams in the World Wrestling Federation against the World Wrestling Federation's longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, and so far Axe is off to a strong start. Oh, nice counter by the Honky Tonk Man. Whoa, nice move by the Honky Tonk Man. I've never seen a move like that. But just like that, the Honky Tonk Man is ahead for the moment. And over the top rope and out with the clothesline. And jumping outside the ring is the Honky Tonk Man. Now both men are on the outside. And a DDT on the floor. Incredible. Went for a dropkick, but he missed. Did the Honky Tonk Man. A knee right to the gut. And a clothesline onto the Honky Tonk Man. And a kick right to the side of the, or actually just right to the back of the Honky Tonk Man. Now, of course I can't see the referee, so I don't even know what the count is up to at this point. Looks like it's up to 7, if I'm not mistaken. Well, both men are back inside the ring now. Then a kick right to the back. And now a couple of punches right to the face of the Honky Tonk Man. And now Axe just going to pound away, but the Honky Tonk Man coming back. Oh, almost went for a neck breaker, but he didn't quite get it all. And a suplex slam. Oh, and then a stomp right to the face of the Honky Tonk Man. And another one. Excuse me. Had a little bit too much to eat today. And now, wait. Well, he went for a Cobra clutch, but too close to the ropes was the Honky Tonk Man. Then a kick right to the leg of the Honky Tonk Man. And a power slam onto the Honky Tonk Man. Now a pinfall. 1, 2. No, kick out at 2 by the Honky Tonk Man. Yeah, you're going to have to do more than that to beat the Honky Tonk Man, but Axe is on the right track. And then an arm breaker, and nope, countered. Then a kick to the leg of the Honky Tonk Man, and a nice military press slam onto the Honky Tonk Man. Now going for a chin lock. But then a nice punch right to the gut of Axe. Then a knee right to the head. Then a whip into the corner. And Axe, what's he doing? Oh, nice body splash. But is that enough to beat him? 1, 2. No. Kick out at 2. Of course, Axe, whatever he does, like whatever Axe does, he cannot get frustrated. I mean, of course, Honky Tonk Man didn't become the Intercontinental Champion by doing absolutely nothing. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, something's going on, but what's the meaning of this? What's going on? Well, whatever happened, something was going on at the front, but Honky Tonk Man took advantage of that. A back suplex onto Axe. All but Axe exits the ring only to get back in. And now what's he going to do here? Oh, just clotheslines him on the ropes. Now going once again for a Cobra clutch. But is that enough to do it? Is he going to get him to go to sleep here? Not quite. But Axe is still on the warpath. But this could do it here. This could do it here for the Honky Tonk Man, and another power slam with a pinfall. 1, 2, 3, and Axe. No, wait, he did not get the. I'm sorry. I thought he had gotten the 3 count, but he didn't. I beg your pardon. And now Axe is starting to get frustrated now because, I mean, that was a really good opportunity for him to win, but he didn't. And now, Honky Tonk Man, what's he doing? Uh-oh. Rocking and rolling. Shake, rattle, and roll. Shake, rattle, and roll, that neck breaker move that he does. But is that enough to beat him? 1, 2, no! And Axe, using everything that he had to kick out of that. Then an elbow drop onto Axe. Now goes over the ropes. And what? I have never seen Honky Tonk Man do a move like that. What kind of move was that? It was like he just jumped on the top rope and used the extra leverage to get that elbow drop to work more so than if he had done it off the top rope. And now Axe has just been busted open. And he's going to do it again, this time with Axe in serious trouble. Shake, rattle, and roll on Axe. And who is this guy? Who is he? Oh, and that distraction from that unknown assailant. Who is that guy? 1, 2, no, just a 1 count. But who is that guy on the outside? And what business does he have with the Honky Tonk Man? If I'd like to know myself. But what is going on here? A back suplex, or actually a Northern Light suplex, that's what he calls it. But what is that individual on the outside doing here for? I don't know the guy's name, and it's like he is littered with tattoos. I have never seen that many tattoos since, you know, my days, well, actually since the days of my uncle being in the Navy. He's seen a lot of guys with a lot of tattoos, but I've never seen that many tattoos since then. But in the meantime, Axe is, I mean, now with the distraction from the outside individual, who I have no idea who this guy is, but it looks like Axe is stalking his prey. Or, okay, there we go. I was just going to say, how come he didn't get him? Nope, nice counter onto Axe. Oh, and a super kick onto Axe. But now, wait, what's he doing? He's just swinging him around. What the hell kind of match is this? I'll tell you one thing. This may not be the most scientific match, but it's definitely been the weirdest, to say the least. But is that enough to beat him? 1, 2, 3, and it's over. And even in spite of that individual on the outside, whose name we still don't know, it still was not enough to deter the Honky Tonk Man. And that is insane. But nonetheless, though, Honky Tonk Man was the second lowest seed. He too is going to punch his ticket to the next round. And it happened at the expense of Axe. And Axe, there was also another distraction before that that gave the Honky Tonk Man the opening he needed. But, and then of course we still have that individual on the outside who's, you know, whose presence we still do not know. And as you see, the Honky Tonk Man is just shaking his stuff. It's just going to shake, rattle, and roll his way to the next round. And whether the fans like him or not, I mean, look at him. He's just celebrating. But congratulations nonetheless to the Honky Tonk Man. But folks, we still have more matches to come in the tournament. Stay tuned. Alright, we're ready to go for our next match. We have our third match of the night. And we have the 22nd seed, Link, against the 11th seed, Smash. Now, we saw Smash's tag team partner Axe in the previous match, in which he was defeated by the Honky Tonk Man, though not without controversy. Nonetheless, though, he's going to have Link as his opponent, and Link will definitely be a handful. Now, of course, Smash is one half of one of the best tag teams, I should say. Excuse me, I almost lost my train of thought there. But he's one of the greatest tag teams in the World Wrestling Federation today, against a very young up-and-comer. And I understand that this young man started a new franchise for Nintendo, and it's entitled The Legend of Zelda video game. And I understand it was a huge success in Japan, and it was just as much of a success here in America. And I understand that it has become so popular that Nintendo have decided to make a sequel to the game of The Legend of Zelda. So we'll be seeing a lot more of this young man to come. So this guy is not a one-shot deal, and if he was, we wouldn't be seeing him here. But so far he's doing pretty good against Smash. Smash is very good as a tag team wrestler, but he's got to do this on his own. And another suplex, and wow, a nice a suplex right up against the turnbuckle, I should say. Excuse me. But then, wait, reversed into a DDT onto Link. And an I forgot what it was called. An over-the-shoulder suplex. That's what it's called. If there is actually a more proper name for it, I would like to hear it. A nice, wow, choke toss onto Link. Now, and Link is no small man. I mean, this guy, don't let the packaging fool you. I mean, this guy is pretty big and pretty strong. I mean, of course, the shirt covers up how strong this young man really is. And, I mean, he's got those muscular legs, and I'll tell you one thing. It's just too bad for all the ladies out there that he's already taken by that of the beautiful Princess Zelda. Of course, she's not out here, so I mean, of course he wants to prove to himself and to the world that he can do this by himself. But he's not above asking for help, especially against one Ganondorf. But that's a whole nother issue for a whole nother time, as Link just smashes Smash. Now he picks up Smash, but Smash counters with a shoulder breaker, a super arm wringer flip. Went for a kick, but he missed. But nice running punch right to Smash. Now he picks up Smash and just smashes him. Pun intended. A nice suplex onto Smash, and so far Link has been in control for the most part. And he is celebrating, but of course, it's one thing to celebrate midway. It's another thing to celebrate when you've won. Wait a minute. A shoulder jawbreaker that he calls the bow and arrow. 1, 2, 3. And Link, with little to no trouble, just smashed Smash with that, with the bow and arrow that he calls, which is what he calls it. And yeah, Smash had no chance to get out of that one, as Link is the winner. So congratulations to Link, as he moves on, and he is another low seed that has made it. And he made it past Smash. So congratulations to him. We still have more matches to come right after this. Alright, well, welcome back to our next match. And our next match features probably one of the greatest talents, probably one of the greatest wrestlers during the 60s and during the 70s. I don't know why I said 90s. I mean, the 90s are approaching, but anyway. We are in what are we doing? I'm sorry. Forgive me, I was just a little scattered brain, but anyway, we have Bruno Sammartino, probably one of the greatest champions of all time, as he is taking on one of the best managers this decade in the 1980s, in James J. Dillon, the man in the suit. Excuse me, I had a little too much to drink, but it was nothing bad. I just needed something to help me burp just before our next match. But nonetheless, though, thrown back in the ring is James J. Dillon. And so far, Bruno has just, well, other than the one time that he got rammed into the barricade, other than that, though, Bruno has definitely done a number, although right now Dillon is going to give him a run for his money, though. So if Sammartino is not careful, Dillon will run away with this whole thing. And now, wait, what's he doing here? Now going for a chin lock or a face grab. Nope. Nice escape by James J. Dillon. Now he has him on the shoulders. Rams him into the corner. Power slam on James J. Dillon. I don't care how strong you are. If you get hit like that, you're not going to survive very much longer. But so far, Dillon's doing pretty good. Kick out by Bruno Sammartino. But I'll tell you one thing, Bruno, he really does keep himself in great shape, and as he should. I mean, there's no reason to doubt that his conditioning during the 60s as well as the 70s, combined, he has reigned as champion of the Worldwide Wrestling Federation for twice over a span of 12 years. So that should tell you that Bruno was in great condition then, and he's still in great condition now, although he's not looking in great condition against James J. Dillon. And I'll tell you one thing, Dillon is, by no stretch is he one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but of course James is no slouch in the ring. If you make the mistake of thinking that he's a weakling, he'll make you pay for it, and he's making Bruno pay for it right now. Although Bruno fights back and clotheslines him just as Dillon did to him earlier. So right now Dillon is on the floor, and it's concrete, by the way. Now both men are on the outside. Wait, caught the leg and a screw. He calls that a dragon screw. I'm not sure why he calls it that, but... Or actually, I think that was named after Ricky the Dragon Steamboat when he did it to his opponents. And a Samoan drop. Then an elbow drop onto James J. Dillon. Can't even talk. And a body splash onto Dillon. 1, 2, no, just a count of 1 on James J. Dillon. And Dillon fighting back. But then again by Bruno Sammartino. And Sammartino drops him like a clothesline and just kicks him right in the ribs. Then a double axe handle right towards the upper back. Then a kick right to the back, the upper back, close to the neck area. Nice takedown by Dillon. Oh, and then not a rake in the eyes with the boot, I should say. Excuse me. And wait, what did he have in his hand? I don't know if the referee saw that. And of course, the referee can't call what he doesn't see, so don't tell me that's gonna beat him. 1, 2, no, kick out by Bruno. I think those might have been brass knucks, and if they were, Bruno probably used the last of his strength to kick out of that. But now let's see. What is he going to do to Dillon? Oh, nice reversal by Dillon. Now sets him on the ropes. And now he's just going to choke out Bruno Sammartino. Then a stomp right to the gut of Sammartino. And wait a minute, he had the brass knucks and that was in plain sight. Come on, ref. Or maybe, I don't know. Wait, 1, 2. No, kick out by Sammartino. And now Dillon has got to be wondering, even with 2 brass knuckle punches, or 2 punches with the brass knuckles, I mean, what is it going to take to beat Sammartino? That's a really good question because I'm not sure myself. Wait. 1, 2. No. Got him at 2. But I'll tell you one thing, this match has turned out to be much better than I gave it credit for. Because, I mean, I knew it was going to be a decent match with Sammartino at the helm, but nice arm breaker. Now whipped into the corner. Oh, nice drop onto the top turnbuckle, then a knee breaker on Dillon. And a double axe handle on a Dillon. And is that enough to beat him? 1, 2. No. Kick out by Dillon. I'll tell you one thing. Now Bruno's wondering, what do I have to do to beat Dillon? Oh, wait. Bruno was about to go for the bear hug, but Dillon, realizing this, made sure that that didn't happen. Now going for the knee, and then the back of Sammartino. An inverted, I can't even talk. An inverted atomic drop, and then a pinfall. 1, 2. No, kick out by Sammartino. I'll tell you one thing, this match has turned out to be a great match. Wait a minute. Dillon. He had those brass knuckles again, and I'm surprised the referee didn't stop him from using them. Come on, ref. 1, 2, 3, and it was just enough to beat Bruno Sammartino. It took 3 brass knuckle punches, or 3 punches with the brass knuckles, to knock him out finally. There you see one punch. There's another one. And I don't know how many more, but wow. So James J. Dillon, like, coming into this match, I thought Bruno Sammartino was just going to run over him and just, beat the hell out of him, which he did, but Dillon, with those brass knuckles, proved to be the equalizer that ultimately did in Bruno Sammartino. And Dillon is going to move on to the next round, and thus far, or actually, because of that, he is the highest seeding, I can't even talk, he is the highest seed remaining. But we still have more matches to come. Stay tuned, they'll be coming up right after this. Hello fans, we're back for our fifth match, I should say, excuse me. We have 4 matches to go, I should say. But we are down to our 5th match, and this will be the 20th seed Bob Ross against the 13th seed Larry Zbyszko. And we are here inside a World Championship Wrestling ring, and match underway. Nice backbreaker onto Zbyszko, I should say, excuse me. Nice series of punches here. Nice clothesline onto Larry Zbyszko. And what? Wow, nice backflip from off the ropes onto Larry Zbyszko. I never knew that Bob Ross could do a move like that. That's incredible. Now whips him off the ropes. Well, I'm not sure what he was going to do, but he didn't get it. But, ooh, nice counter by Bob Ross. But an even better one by Zbyszko. And Zbyszko knee drop right onto Bob Ross. And, oh, just raking him in the back. And those clothes provide very little protection. But there was no protecting Zbyszko from that backbreaker that Bob Ross just did. Then a knee right to the head of Zbyszko. And Bob, what's he doing here? Well, a nice modified gutbuster. I've never seen a gutbuster done that way before. And wait, well, I'm not sure what Ross was going to do, but whatever he was going to do, he didn't do it. Probably thought better of it, though. A snapmare. Oh, nice ram into the turnbuckle. And down goes Zbyszko. Elbow right to the leg of Zbyszko. Oh, nice takedown onto Bob Ross. Then a kick right to the arm of... a stomp to the arm, actually, of Bob Ross. Excuse me. And another backflip onto Zbyszko from off the ropes. That's incredible. How it just never ceases to amaze me, whether it's in a wrestling match or whenever he's doing a painting on The Joy of Painting on public broadcasting, on the public broadcasting station, PBS. He just never ceases to amaze me. And I'll tell you one thing, I do have a cousin who loves to paint, and he loved it even more when Bob Ross came in. And ever since his show started, my cousin loves to paint and loves to do this wet-on-wet technique, which is what Bob Ross uses when he paints. He doesn't use watercolor, he uses oil painting. And a neckbreaker onto Bob Ross. And now Bob Ross is in trouble at the hands of Larry Zbyszko. And Zbyszko pile driver onto Bob Ross, and this could do it. 1, 2, no! A normal man would have stayed down, but Bob is no normal man. As if he ever was. Then, well, he dropped his entire frame onto Bob Ross, but wait. Nice takedown by the legs of Larry Zbyszko. Is that enough to beat him? 1. Nope, not even a 1 count. But now Bob Ross is back in control of this match. And now Bob Ross, what's he doing here? Oh, nice forearm punch right to Zbyszko from off the second rope. Off the ropes. Then a diving knee. Now he picks up Zbyszko. And now, wait a minute, goes for, well, he was going to try to go for what he calls the calf crusher, but he was too close to the ropes, was Zbyszko. So that just gave him a stay of execution. But nonetheless, though, Bob Ross, what's he doing here? Oh, a single arm brain buster. I've never seen a move like that before. Now going for a chin lock. Of course, he's not going to win with that move, but it will definitely soften him up. That much is for sure. Now he picks up Zbyszko. Now wait, what's he doing here? Nope, countered by Zbyszko. Nice move. Not sure what Bob was going to do, but he countered it. And 1, 2, No. Got a 1 count. Not sure what Larry Zbyszko is going to try to do, but... Oh, and then a kick right to the gut of Bob Ross. Now he picks up Bob Ross. Oh, nice shoulder tackle onto Larry Zbyszko, and now it's Zbyszko who's in trouble. But Zbyszko counters with a jawbreaker. Then a neck breaker onto Bob Ross. And now he's just going to punch Bob Ross's face. I mean, usually Bob Ross is known for having a very calm demeanor, but I think when you piss him off, I think that just sets him off. I mean, then again, he was in the military for 20 years in the Air Force. And another pile driver onto Bob Ross. And I think that might have put him to sleep, but was that enough? 1, 2. No! Now Larry Zbyszko has got to be wondering, what the hell do I have to do to beat Bob Ross? Then again, how many guys have asked themselves that? What does it take to beat Bob Ross? Right now, just cranking on the neck. Oh, but nice punch right to the gut and one right to the face of Zbyszko. Then whipped into the corner. A back elbow. Now going for that submission that he tried earlier, but now he's in the middle of the ring is Zbyszko. And we'll see if Zbyszko is going to escape or if he's going to have to submit. No. And of course, he didn't submit, but Bob Ross had to let the hold go. But wait a minute. What's he doing here? And I forgot what he called. I forgot the official move, but 1, 2, 3. Well, I forgot the name of the official move, but he calls it the Styles Clash, does Bob Ross. So he did the Styles Clash onto Zbyszko. I just forgot the name of the actual move itself. Well, anyway, there's Bob Ross trying the calf crusher, but too close to the ropes at that time. Nice jawbreaker onto Bob Ross, there you see in the replay. And then another pile driver, which again would have put away most guys. There you saw the calf crusher, but he didn't get the submission there, but he did hit the Styles Clash, which is what he calls that move, onto Larry Zbyszko. But nonetheless, though, Bob Ross is the winner, and he was the 20th seed, and he moves on to the next round. But we still have 3 matches left to go. Stay tuned. They'll be up right after this. All right, we're back, and we have our 6th match in Buddy Roberts and Earthquake. Buddy Roberts is the 19th seed, and Earthquake is the 14th seed. So you have 1/3 of the fabulous Freebirds in Buddy Roberts, the man with blonde hair, against 1/2 of the Natural Disasters in Earthquake. And a headbutt right to Buddy Roberts. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the first time that they've ever met each other. And Buddy Roberts now going for a half Boston Crab, already putting Earthquake in trouble, but yeah, it's still very early in the match to try to go for a submission, but you got to try to wear him down first if you're Buddy Roberts. Goes off the ropes. Ooh, nice counter by Earthquake. And Earthquake, I'm surprised Earthquake was able to go for a drop kick, which is incredible given the size that he is. I mean, the man is close to that 400-pound mark. I mean, he weighs 375 pounds, does Earthquake. And Buddy Roberts, I mean, he weighs a good, 230? So he's definitely giving up size in pounds. That tells you a lot. But down goes Roberts. No relation to Jake the Snake Roberts. No, kick out by Buddy Roberts. Oh, and then a huge slap across the chest onto Buddy Roberts. Then a massive headbutt onto Roberts. Oh, but Buddy fighting back. A side Russian leg sweep onto Earthquake. And another side Russian leg sweep. Oh, but Earthquake fighting back, though. And a nice fireman's carry drop onto Earthquake. A snapmare. Oh, but then a back elbow onto Buddy Roberts. Nope. Nice takedown onto Earthquake. Oh, nice spinning neckbreaker onto Earthquake. And now goes up to the second rope. And Buddy is stalking his prey. Double axe handle onto Earthquake. And a whip into the corner goes Earthquake. And a running bulldog just... Wait a minute. What? Diamond Dallas Page? What's he doing here? And what's he doing in the ring for? Oh, he went... Yeah, he went after Buddy Roberts and... Wait a minute! Because DDP attacked Buddy Roberts, the referee has disqualified or given the match to Buddy Roberts and has disqualified Earthquake due to interference on DDP, and this is definitely not going to sit well with Earthquake, not at all, because when he gets up, because Earthquake was down when DDP entered the ring and attacked Buddy Roberts, and if I'm not mistaken, Buddy Roberts and DDP have some unfinished business to take care of with one another, but be it as it may, DDP just costed Earthquake the match. So because of that, Earthquake is out and Buddy Roberts has moved on to the next round. But I'll tell you one thing, Earthquake is absolutely gonna flip out, and I would not want to be anybody who gets in his way when he gets up. I'll tell you one thing. But we'll be back for our next match. Peace. Alright, so we had some technical difficulties just before this match, but we are ready to go, and we have the big man, the man in red, Typhoon, against the man in white in Jimmy Garvin. So you have 1/3 of the Freebirds. We already saw Buddy Roberts take on Earthquake, who is 1/2 of the Natural Disasters, and you have the other half in Typhoon. So already we have had the Natural Disasters and the Freebirds go at each other, and we still have one match left to go. And then a knee right to the head of Typhoon. And now let's see. A kick right to the back of Typhoon. And so far, Garvin is staying right on Typhoon. He's not going to let Typhoon dictate the pace. And a neckbreaker onto Typhoon. And that's a good strategy. Keep attacking Typhoon, but don't let him get a hold of you. Nope, not even a 1 count. But yeah, you got to stay on Typhoon when you have him down. And Typhoon feeling the effects of that chin lock. Or a neck crank, I should say, excuse me. But still. An elbow drop right onto Typhoon. And right now, Garvin is celebrating, but he cannot take his eyes off of Typhoon. And Typhoon counters with a back elbow. Oh, nice counter by Jimmy Garvin. Oh, but Typhoon just immediately steps all over him. And now a pinfall. one. Nope, not even a 1 count on Jimmy Garvin. And now Typhoon is on the offensive. And oh, nice, nice move, just hanging Jimmy Garvin on the apron, or on the rope, I mean. And then just a head slam onto the canvas, and now just choking him. A blatant choke. Now he picks him up. A snapmare. And a knee right to the back for a surfboard stretch. But Garvin fighting back, though. Then a head dropper onto Typhoon. And now Garvin has Typhoon right where he wants him, but Typhoon counters with an arm drag. And Typhoon just backing that butt up and hip tossing him on the other side of the ring. And now just going for the eyes and just raking him did Typhoon. And of course Typhoon, being as big as he is, he's not below, you know, cheap tactics. I mean, he'll do it if he has to. And Garvin up to the top rope, misses the elbow drop, and now Typhoon's going to make him pay for it. Then a head slam onto the canvas. Now he picks him up. Oh, nice shoulder tackle onto Typhoon. And one right to Jimmy Garvin. Oh, nice jawbreaker onto Typhoon, then a neckbreaker to Typhoon. And one. No, just a 1 count. Another head crank again to Typhoon. I mean, he's not going to win with that move, but it will definitely soften him up. Now he picks up Typhoon, but Typhoon with a fireman's carry drop. And Typhoon showing the wear and tear of this match. And a punch right to the gut of Typhoon. Oh, and a couple of a kick and then a punch right to the back. And a spinning neckbreaker again onto Typhoon. And now, wait, what's going on here? Oh my God. Diamond Dallas Page. I mean, this guy has already interfered enough as it is. Oh, and then Typhoon uses the distraction to just to attack him from behind. But Diamond Dallas Page already costed Buddy Roberts the match. Although I think he just realized that he just might have got Garvin's attention here. And Garvin is trying to, he's like, come on, get in here, big boy. You know, he's just trying to, oh, I think he might actually go after him. And now he's, what the heck is he doing? He's just going around in circles, man. Well, DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, he got out of dodge, but now both men are on the outside. But now let's see what's going to happen here. A suplex onto the floor. I mean, there's really not much padding on there, and I don't know where we left off, but Typhoon has been busted open. Now, if somehow both these guys get counted out, wait a minute. Garvin gets back in the ring. I forgot where we are now in the count. Well, wherever we were. Typhoon got back in, and he delivers a bear hug slam onto Jimmy Garvin, but Typhoon has been busted open. And now what's going on here? He's distracted, but from what or who? That's the question. Wait a minute. Bushwhacker Butch? What the hell is he doing in the ring? And of course the referee was distracted. He didn't even see who it was. Well, there's Bushwhacker Butch, but 1, 2, 3, And Butch has costed Typhoon the match. Oh, but you know what? I remember now. A couple of weeks ago, Typhoon, back when he was known as Tugboat, teamed up with the Bushwhackers, and Tugboat, who later became Typhoon, turned on the Bushwhackers, including Butch, and Butch has just come out to get his revenge on Typhoon. And for that, Typhoon lost the match because of it. And before that, you had Diamond Dallas Page come in and try to, cost Jimmy Garvin the match. But it didn't work out. And wait a minute, do you suppose that Garvin and Butch of the Bushwhackers striked up a deal? Or was it just more so that Typhoon was in the line of fire? Well, whatever the case may be, Butch got a hold of Typhoon, and costed him the match. I mean, there's a lot of things going down in this tournament, and with that said, Garvin has moved on to the next round. We still have one match left to go, and we'll find out how that's going to turn out right after this. Alright, we are down to our final match of the King of the Ring, first round of the King of the Ring, I should say, excuse me. Oh my god, but it's the first round show, that's what I meant to say, excuse me. I'm a little scatterbrained, especially with all the stuff that has happened during the matches. Now, some of the matches went off without a hitch, but these last couple of matches were just absolutely weird in comparison. But anyway, here we have Mr. Perfect, the man in blue and black, against the man in red, Michael Hayes. Now, Mr. Perfect has his manager, Bobby Heenan, and Michael Hayes, who usually doesn't have a manager, for this match only, he hired James J. Dillon to manage him to counteract that of Bobby Heenan, Bobby the Brain Heenan. So both these guys have managers on the outside. So if you're gonna have managers, it's going to be because the sides are even. Otherwise, no managers allowed. So, but because of this, we allowed it. So, nonetheless, though, we have Michael Hayes being managed by James J. Dillon, the man in the far left corner of your screen. On the near right corner is Bobby Heenan. And so far, Michael Hayes is doing a number on Mr. Perfect. I mean, Mr. Perfect is without a doubt one of the best wrestlers in the World Wrestling Federation. And Michael Hayes has been one of the best tag team wrestlers alongside the other two fabulous Freebirds. And of course, he doesn't have to take a backseat to anybody, but Mr. Perfect is on a whole nother level. And for Michael Hayes, he's got to be smart. And, I mean, he's got to be tough, of course, but, I mean, he's got to find a way to take advantage of a mistake, because Mr. Perfect is just that, perfect when it comes to in-ring work. But now a chokehold onto Mr. Perfect, much to the delight of James J. Dillon. And Dillon himself won in a surprising upset against Bruno Sammartino. I mean, of course he had a lot of help with those brass knuckles. Not once, but twice, and... wait a minute. Dillon just threw in a chair. I'm not sure what the deal is with the chair, but a neck snap, much like Mr. Perfect would absolutely do. And Dillon is distracting the referee. And Perfect... the Perfect Plex. Is that it? One. No! Just pulled out the referee to prevent the count. And, of course, Mr. Perfect's just going to stay on him. But, of course, the referee cannot take that much, not abuse, but he's not going to take much shenanigans from Dillon, I can assure you of that. Nice arm drag onto Mr. Perfect. And another one onto Mr. Perfect. And a pinfall. 1. No, kick out by Mr. Perfect. But Dillon, he had the chair, but it just didn't work It didn't work as well as he had planned it. But now Michael Hayes is taking over this match. Oh, nice counter by Perfect. And now whipped onto over the top rope and onto the floor nearby Bobby the Brain Heenan. And Heenan trying to help his guy. And of course Heenan has to be careful not to lay a hand on Michael Hayes. Otherwise, yeah, he's trying to back up Bobby Heenan. And thrown back in the ring is Mr. Perfect. And Bobby Heenan going right back to his own corner. But now whipped into the corner nearby J.J. Dillon. And a running bulldog onto Mr. Perfect. And now Bobby Heenan is on the apron. And a head dropper onto Mr. Perfect. And this could do it. This could be the end here. Now goes for the cover here. 1, 2. No, kick out by Mr. Perfect. I mean, that could have been it though. But Perfect just refusing to stay down there. Ooh, nice counter into a reverse DDT onto Michael Hayes. 1, 2. No, just got a 2. And Mr. Perfect just getting the adulation of this crowd. And now, wait a minute. A pile driver onto Michael Hayes, and that busted him open. Now Michael Hayes is in deep trouble now. And of course the famous neck snap. And this could do it. Oh no, countered by Michael Hayes. And now Hayes is going to have to do something to turn this match around before it's too late. Because he's already busted open, and now taking a pounding, or giving a pounding right to Mr. Perfect. But Perfect, another reverse DDT onto Hayes. And then a couple of stomps right to the arm of Michael Hayes. And now Mr. Perfect, he could be setting up for it. And the Perfect Plex. 1, 2, 3. And this time, Mr. Perfect finds a way to put an end to it. So Mr. Perfect wins. And while Michael Hayes was wise to have brought a manager with him, Mr. Perfect proved too much for Michael Hayes, and Michael Hayes put on a great effort, but it just wasn't enough. And even with the rocker dropper, the head dropper I should say, excuse me, I had it confused with another move. I mean, he had him, but it just wasn't enough. I mean, there you see him going for the 3 count. But as you saw, it was not enough. And there you see him, Mr. Perfect. Celebrating the win. And punching his ticket to the next round of the King of the Ring tournament. I gotta say, that was perfect as you can make it. But that's going to do it for our show. Stay tuned for our next program, whenever that is. But until then, this is Henry Jacobson signing off for the King of the Ring tournament. Stay tuned for more. That will be coming up sometime down the road. We'll see you then.